I want you to imagine going from unemployed college graduate to signing a $125 million deal in just 6 years. Sounds crazy, right?
Gen Z, are you listening?
But what if I told you that's exactly what Alex Cooper, host of Call Her Daddy, did, and that she'll become the first female billionaire and media mogul of podcasting?
She's the Joe Rogan of female podcasting.
In fact, Alex is on a path to be even bigger than Joe Rogan.
But no one's bigger than Joe. He takes TRT, tiger blood, elk meat. He has a crossbow, for Christ's sakes.
Watch out, Joe. She's coming for you. Today, we're breaking down the brilliant career moves and business contracts that sent Alex Cooper's career skyrocketing. And we'll even get you 3 lessons in the process that you can use for your own life. Who knows, maybe you'll turn your business into a $1 billion media empire. Alex just signed a $125 million deal with SiriusXM, fresh off of a $60 million deal with Spotify.
Whoa. Let's back it up. Back it up. We gotta start at the beginning. Let's take a trip down memory lane back to 2018.
Alex Cooper is broke. She's cashing unemployment checks. She's jumping subway turnstiles in her stilettos and in her sambas.
So you're telling me she almost never made it?
She was just another college graduate with a film degree.
I got a film degree. Where's my $125 million?
But unemployment leaves time for daydreaming. And sometimes daydreaming turns into Call Her Daddy.
Unemployment is the real artist grant.
Alex Cooper launched Call Her Daddy on Barstool Sports with only $70K in guaranteed money. But how does she get to Barstool in the first place? Enter Dave Portnoy, the founder of Barstool Sports.
The first time I saw Call Her Daddy was on Alex's Instagram feed. I saw a little teaser, like a 2-minute clip, 20-second clip. I don't remember what it was. And I knew Alex because I knew she had dated Syndergaard and I followed her. I'm like, oh, this is pretty interesting. What is this? I've never seen anything like this before. So reached out to Alex to find out what she was doing with the podcast.
Barstool has an incredible track record of launching media stars like Pat McAfee.
Oh, and also Boston.
But Call Her Daddy was different.
As a sports entertainment media platform, Barstool viewers are mostly men, like us. Barstool saw the opportunity to do what no one has ever done in the history of podcasting.
Attract females.
Gen Z and millennial females, to be exact. Our favorite.
That's right. Dave offered Call Her Daddy co-hosts, Alex and Sofia, a 3-year deal with $70K in guaranteed money, a percentage of merchandise, and a bonus on podcast downloads. But importantly, Barstool was going to keep the Call Her Daddy IP. More on that in a bit. Alex and Sofia took the deal. Why? Because of Barstool's massive distribution and marketing savvy and their track record in cultivating stars.
What I told Alex and what I tell every single person that I sign here on the content side is, you know what? At the end of the 3 years, or however long your contract is, best case scenario, when you walk out the door, you're a huge star and you can renegotiate with us for a lot more money, or your value is so great you can go somewhere else. That's the dream scenario.
Call Her Daddy is an instant hit, and Alex and Sofia end up making $500,000 each after all of the bonus downloads, merch deals, and everything.
Sad money merch coming soon.
I can't wait. Which brings us to our first lesson. Always bet on yourself and always put yourself out there. You never know who's watching.
It's like, you don't know who's watching. I found Rex Orange County, found that man on YouTube. And I'm like, this is amazing. I had 6 views.
Dave Portnoy, you may be watching this now. We're open to talking maybe. We got to talk about the IP though.
At least $500,000 to start, though.
At
Dave.
least.
My fingers are crossed like this, so you know I'm serious.
While the original Barstool contract was for 3 years, the girls were allowed to renegotiate every year. Here's where things get really interesting. With the show's success, naturally the girls pushed for better terms in year 2. $1 million in guaranteed money each. I like their balls. 50% of merch and their IP back. Barstool scoffed at the offer, and they found out the girls, with the help of Sofia's now ex-boyfriend, Peter Nelson, aka Suit Man, was shopping the show around to other networks.
What a name, Suit Man. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Suit Man.
A Caucasian standoff ensued, aka lawsuits were threatened. The duo stopped producing episodes for 5 weeks, which means Barstool was losing out on over $100,000 in revenue per episode. So to get the show back on the air, Dave offers the girls $500,000 base salary, 7.5% of merch, a 6-month reduction in their contract clause, and most importantly, at the end of the contract, the girls would get Call Her Daddy IP back.
Man, what a deal. Problem solved, right?
Not so fast, Alex.
They didn't take the offer, but they got their IP back.
Well, one of them took the offer.
No!
Enter Dave's rooftop. Dave made this offer to the girls in person on the rooftop of his apartment, and Alex loved the deal.
The only people in the industry that have ever really gotten their IPs, and it was a huge battle, was Howard Stern, David Letterman, and now motherfucking Call Her Daddy. I'm like, are we dreaming?
But Sofia didn't like the deal.
Poor Sofia.
I know. And this is the moment the duo splits. That's pretty good. I like that.
I don't have regrets about it.
We may never know the full story, but it's clear that Alex wanted the deal and Sofia didn't. So what next? Alex took the deal and returns to Barstool as the singular host of Call Her Daddy. Alex locks in and she continues to grow Call Her Daddy into a huge hit on Barstool. Which brings us to lesson 2, always be strategic about when to take a stand. Alex always wanted to keep the IP for her show, but she gave this up at first in return for Barstool's massive distribution network. The dispute between Alex and Barstool shows just how important it is to keep IP in your own creative project. Alex's choice to take a stand and fight for that IP was a very calculated risk. She knew the show was a big hit, and she knew she had the daddy gang on her side. Timing and leverage is everything in negotiations, and knowing when to take a stand makes all the difference. Fast forward to June 2021, Alex is in the midst of renegotiating her contract with Barstool and her Spotify. Spotify was in the midst of a major podcast investment phase, securing superstar talents like
Joe Rogan.
That's right, the big one, Papa Joe. Similar to Barstool's initial deal, Spotify wanted to attract a very particular demographic.
Gen Z and millennial females.
Spotify did this by inking Alex Cooper and Call Her Daddy to a $60 million 3-year deal.
60 million? That's a Steph Curry deal. Why?
Let's just have Dave explain it.
Was Alex going to bring us a ton of new audience over the next 3 years? Probably not. She probably already brought the majority of her audience. Spotify is totally different. They're bringing it over.
Why does this work for Spotify? Because podcasts follow power laws, just like every other media format. According to Edison Research, the top 25 podcasts globally attract 50% of users worldwide. So at the end of the day, superstar creators, just like superstar athletes.
Like Joe Rogan?
Just like Joe Rogan.
Because he's an athlete and a creator.
People like Joe Rogan and Alex Cooper, they get to dictate their own destiny.
But wait, did Dave even try to keep Alex?
If we do a contract like this, we're going to have to be in your ass about it. It's so much money. It's like, hey, you got to do this ad. You got to do it. It's like, I don't want to be in that position. She didn't really either. She got it. So we tried to work something out, and I think that was the right deal for her.
So what's with Spotify even pushing into podcasting? Isn't Spotify just an app that you make playlists for your crushes?
Actually, I just made a really good one for my girl. I can share it with you if you want.
I don't have a girl. I just have crippling sadness.
But the answer is simple. Money, margins, and diversification. Spotify wanted to diversify its business away from just streaming music. Why? Because Spotify has to pay record labels 60 to 70% of streaming revenue for each song.
Streaming platforms is bullshit to the artists anyway.
Podcasting offers Spotify a way to keep users on the app and sell ads against that. This lets them diversify their revenue away from just music. And the investments worked. Spotify's topped 100 million podcast listeners globally. That's a 10x increase from 2019, and they've taken the top spot from Apple.
I guess you could say the apple falls far from the tree.
And Call Her Daddy, it's become the #2 most listened to podcast in the world with 13.5 million monthly listeners. Right behind
Joe Rogan.
That's right.
Joe, I'm available if you need guests for the show. Call Her Daddy, we're here too. I'm an Alex too.
That's true, actually. Yeah. But Spotify's produced a lot of flops too. Like, remember Meghan Markle and Prince Harry? Yeah, neither do we.
This girl got more viewers than Meghan Markle and Prince Harry? Think about that. She's not even royalty.
Given Spotify's overspending on duds, they started to tighten their belt. I tightened my belt, but I'm wearing shorts.
So why would Alex Cooper care about any of this?
Well, with Cooper's contract about to expire, it was pretty clear that Spotify wasn't going to offer what she wanted. But enter SiriusXM, who just signed Alex Cooper to a $125 million 3-year deal to bring Call Her Daddy and the Unwell network over to Sirius.
Looks like things are getting pretty serious.
And Sirius is Serious about paying up for top talent. Howard Stern's been with the network since 2005, and he's reportedly being paid $100 million a year. And similar to Barstool and Spotify before them, Sirius wanted to attract an entirely new demographic.
Gen Z and millennial females, because women be shopping.
If you've been keeping track so far, that's $185 million in contracts in just 6 years.
But didn't you say she's going to become the first female billionaire and media mogul of podcasting? That's a long way from a billion.
True, but enter Unwell Network and Trending. As a part of the SiriusXM deal, Alex also brought her Unwell network of podcasts over to SiriusXM. Unwell is a branch of Alex's Gen Z media company, Trending, which she co-founded with her husband, Matt Kaplan.
He's got the bag, boys. Bloodline secured.
We love you, Matt. In addition to Call Her Daddy, Unwell Network also oversees popular podcasts such as Hot Mess with Alex Earl and Pretty Lonesome with Madeline Argy.
Alex's ambitions for Trending are unbound, such as live events, scripted and unscripted shows, podcasts, tours, and commerce.
It's still early innings for Trending, but you can easily see the beginnings of a media empire with diverse streams of revenue. Knock, knock. Oprah, are you there?
What?
Yes.
Alex is coming.
Look at me. Sure. I'm the captain now.
Which also brings us to our third lesson. After creating a profitable niche and distribution network, don't stop, diversify. And we've seen 4 examples of that today. In fact, Trending and Unwell Network reminds you a little bit of Barstool Sports.
It's all a bit poetic, isn't it?